Hi, Sandy here. I've been kind of obsessed with glue books lately, but recently I saw some posts about people making some clusters, and I've made clusters before. These are some of my clusters I've made in the past, and I do use these. I've used over half of them on my glue book pages, and you could use them on scrapbook pages or whatever, and they're kind of fun to make. So I was kind of inspired to make some clusters. So I gathered up my stuff, and the way I organize things, it's easier if I just make everything pretty much one color. That's kind of how I work. So I started gathering up my things. These are my tag bases, and I use cereal boxes, the backs of greeting cards, all kinds of things, and then I cover them with scrapbook paper. So these are my green tag bases. And then I've got these bases for horizontal tags. I do 8.5 by 11 pages, scrapbook pages. So I would like put 2 photos here and a border here. Quick and easy pages. So I've got those bases that I've made. Sometimes I sit down and make bases, and sometimes I sit down and make tags, and then horizontal, vertical. So I put some pictures over here, and this is just a base, so it's not decorated. And I could use it like that if I wanted to. So I've got my green scrap paper. I have a baggie of each color, and I mix the solids with the prints. And I don't use much solids for. I throw away a lot of smaller solids because I just don't use much solids. So it's mostly prints. And then I keep these in a baggie, and whenever I buy stickers, I cut them apart. Do I have any sticker? Yeah, like this is a sticker. It's come apart. I leave the sticky back on, and I cut around it, and then I organize it by color. If it's a theme, I'll just grab this book, cats, if it was a cat, or Christmas, or whatever. This is my cat book. This is where I would put my cat stickers. So I keep my theme stuff in books. Okay, so these are my green things that are everyday. I've got some stamps and tags, or I mean coupons, tickets. That's all my green stickers, sort of. And then sometimes I use my smaller tags, and I prefer 3 by 5 for my scrapbooks. So I'm trying to get away from making the smaller ones, but these are really good to decorate borders with. So I pull these out. These are my green smaller tags and embellishments that I have made in the past, and I keep these in a book, and I can flip through and find something I like. So I pull those out. And then I've got all of my butterflies. All the sorted colors are in here. Flowers, green, blue, purple, red, orange, and yellow. And then a few of my things I've been working on, I've added a pink rose or something, so I got my pink flowers out. And then I've got leaves, just in a page protector, and some mushrooms, leaves. And then this is a pocket full. I haven't even pulled it out and looked at it yet, but they're like stickers that are bouquets of flowers and stuff. I haven't even pulled that out. Look and see what I have. I've got just too much stuff. And then I have my word book. Whenever I cut apart stickers and they got words on them that don't necessarily go with a holiday, or they're just everyday words, I sort them by color into this book. So I've got this open and handy to add words. And I've got these. I have buttons, little flowers. You know, Hobby Lobby doesn't have these anymore. And I always like to keep those on hand. And also Hobby Lobby doesn't have, I don't have green, but flowers like this, they don't have those anymore. They do have flowers like this. Now this isn't bad, it's a tiny little pearl on there, but they have some really beautiful flowers, and they've got like a gemstone in there or a pearl, but they're pretty bulky, and I don't like that on my scrapbook pages. So these are getting hard to find, and I do like using these. Hobby Lobby, I want some of those back. And then I've got this assortment of journaling cards, just green things to decorate tags and borders with, some circles, some rectangles and squares, just assorted things to make tags with. So, tags or borders. So, I've collected this pile of stuff here, and nothing is glued together. This is all little stickers, bits and bobs, just little pieces of paper, and this is why I love making stuff. Oh, and while I had my stuff out to make clusters, I decided, let's make some tags and borders too. And I feel like I'm just barely getting started, because I can make 3 or 4 times this many, just of green, and then move on to another color. And that's what I do. So, well, since I was talking about clusters, I think I will start out with one of the clusters I've got together. So, yeah. I gathered up things for this right here. And this is just a scrap of paper that I had. It's odd size. I don't think it would work on any of my scrapbook pages, because after I put photos on, I never seem to have anything this shape. But it may work out that way. But it will fill in a space on my glue book pages. So that's where I mostly use my clusters. Okay, so I've got this. We'll get that. Oh, that glue stick is nearly gone. Plenty more where that came from. Okay. So we'll get this glued up. And this is a sticker. So peel that off. I'll put that up there. Now I'm making this the way I do my when I make my borders, I always put them on this side for some reason, so I don't want anything overlapping off the side of the page, but for this, it can. Now you can make your clusters, I don't know, you can make them, I think you need a lot of things sticking out at all wonky angles. So we got that, and then this is a sticker. Well, this one doesn't seem very sticky, so I'm going to glue it up. And it says lovely on there, and there's a cluster. And then we'll do another cluster. I'm trying to fish this out of here. Okay. So one of the clusters that inspired me was, here's a strip of paper, and just glued some little strips to it, which I happen to have on hand. So I forget how I was going to lay this out. Is that all I had for that one? I'll probably find something else. So, okay. So I've already glued the strips on, obviously. So we're going to put this heart on here. We got this Oh Happy Day banner. We'll put that on like that. And this is a sticker. Oh, and some of these have these little foam things to make them elevated, and I want it to lay flatter. And then it's got a second layer, so it is still elevated. So we'll put that there. And since I got my little things here, let's add a rhinestone or two. Or three. So there's a cluster. And today I happen to be making some of my clusters about the same size as my I usually make my tags. So I could use this on a scrapbook page or a glue book page. Okay, so let's... Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. So this is just a tag. And I glue strips of paper onto any old thing. And when I make tags and borders, I like to use little pieces of paper. I save the tiniest of scraps. And I like to have them hanging off the side just for a little extra interest. Honestly, sometimes I don't think I have a lot of imagination, because I do the same things over and over again. Let me show you real quick. I'm organized if nothing else. These are little scraps of paper. Whenever I have little tiny scraps, I've got them sorted by color. You can see I've got the names, color names written there. So yeah, and I use a lot of those. I really do. And I've had friends send me things, and then there's little pieces of paper in there. I'm like, what? What am I going to do with that? Oh, you know what you're going to do with that. Sometimes I might like to make these with a place to write. Sometimes you want to write a little story about your scrapbook page. Most of the time I don't. I always add like Christmas 2021, or, you know, I always do that. Almost always. So, and that's pretty much all the information you might need. But sometimes there's a little story behind that scrapbook page, and you need to kind of spell it out a little bit. So, sometimes you need something to write on. Okay. Now I could add a word, but, you know, like happy day or something. But I want this to be totally open for any subject. So we can add something when I actually use it if I want to. So I always punch a hole in it because it's a tag. And I have some nice fibers and yarns, ribbon and things. And I've tried adding a little thing on there, but then sometimes on my scrapbook page it'll cover up something that I don't want it to be covered up, so we don't need a tag. Okay, so this is sort of a cluster. This is kind of new to me. This is just a card. I get these at, you know, I don't have... I'm very frugal, and I don't go to a lot of scrapbooking sites. I don't buy, like, a lot of people sell scrapbooking supplies. They become sellers, like Tupperware sellers, you know. And I don't buy that kind of stuff because it's expensive. But I do love scrapbooking for less because that's clearance stuff, and I find a lot of good stuff on there. And I get these sheets that have these cards that you cut apart, and then I round the corners most of the time. But scrapbooking for less, I like a lot of vintage stuff, and they don't have hardly any vintage stuff anymore. So I haven't ordered much lately, and for me, it was $6.99 no matter how much you order. $6.99 for shipping. And then it went up to $7.99. Yeah, that's fine because things go up. But I haven't ordered anything lately because I can't find any vintage stuff, or not enough to make it worth ordering, because I usually order 30, 40 items. I get a lot of bang for my buck. I just recently bought these stickers from Dollar Tree. They're one of my other favorite places to go. This one is super sticky. Don't have much hanging off the edges on that one. So there's that. This says 1 in a million. And I'm having a hard time figuring out which is... Oh, this is the top because the flower is going upright. Yeah. And then I got this. Same thing. See, and this is going to be almost the identical thing. This 1 in a million card. I got this print I punched with a circle. And just like this one, I'm going to have it hanging off the side. And then I've had these for quite a while and never really knew what to do with them, but I'm using them now. So just like that one. And then this I'm going to put up here. We'll let it hang off the edge. And then this is a sticker. And there's another cluster. So these are clusters. Oh, what's the difference between clusters and tags? Maybe not much. So I've got this. I don't know what I would ever do with this card. Do I want it? No, I'll leave that just square this time. What the heck? So I've got this. Some of this stuff I've had for a long time. We're going to put that up here. Here's a heart. This is just a scrap of something else. I think I want this heart to overlap. So we'll put that there. And then the word original, it is a sticker, but I'm going to put some more glue on it. Never hurts to add more glue. Okay, so there's a little cluster. And here's a little bit larger cluster. Here's a little card with a feather on it. And I already put this sticker on there, thinking of you. And this is just a little scrap that I've rounded the corners on. Put that right there. And this is a sticker. Dollar Tree sticker. Dollar Tree has some good stickers. I don't know if they're actually acid free, Here's another one of them Dollar Tree stickers that are super sticky. Ugh. Okay, another little cluster. Okay. So here's another little thing I've glued some little strips of paper to. This is a scrap of paper with a torn edge. And I think I'll put it right there. And here's a tag, a ready-made tag. I did not make the tag. I want to have this jagged edge to show. And then here's a flower, same type as daisy like that one. I think for this one, I think we need a little word. Actually, I think I had this. One of a kind. So I gotta make room. So there's another cluster. I just really like using clusters to fill in some space on my glue book pages. And another strips of paper that can be any size. So here's a little tag. This was on a sheet of scrapbook paper. It was covered with them and I cut them all out. What else would you do with them? And there was assorted flowers on it. This one's just a green leaf, so it went in the green section. Oh, sometimes you got to think ahead, and what are you going to put on top? That doesn't seem to want to stick. Okay. I think I'll do a border now. I do like to gather a lot of things together and make several things at once. I like to mass make, because for each and every one, this time I kind of gathered one thing at a time. Let's throw some stuff on this one and put it aside. Throw stuff on. But a lot of times I have a little folding table over there, and I will spread out a bunch of blank tags and borders and just toss some what I call subjects on there. This would be a subject. It's some words. And this would also be a subject. And I would toss some subjects on there. And I would toss some circles and shapes and just all kinds of things. And build them up all at once. And end up with a table full of tags and borders to glue together all at once. And I've made many videos of me gluing them together. And I try not to think very much. When you think too much, you just think too much. and you don't make much progress that way. Now, I admit I am a quantity over quality person. Not a quality over quantity. Is that a good or bad thing? I don't know. But I'm happy with my creations. I don't think I'm a super brilliant artist, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I do use my stuff, and I'm happy with the results. This is kind of Irish. It's very Irish, and I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I don't drink. I don't like cabbage, so I don't celebrate that. But it's open enough that we can use it for almost anything, I think. So there's one of my tickets. And a stamp. And then a leaf. This has a lot of detail to it. I gotta get those all covered well. I keep forgetting to add. I'm reaching for my glue dots. I'm gonna add a button. That blends in pretty well on that. Maybe a second button. I need something here. Alright, I'll call that one done. This is the sweetest, most gorgeous day that ever my eyes did see. That's what that says. Okay, another strips on a scrap of paper. I made several of these. I liked the green on green text. Gave it some character. Sometimes I just go and I punch out a bunch of circles of text, music paper, things like that. Life is the flower for which love is the honey, Victor Hugo. I get these quotes on the scrapbooking paper. I never asked for them, but I put them to use. And I'll tell you what, it took me a couple hours to gather up all this tags and border pieces together. And not long to glue them all together. And so I'm going to be doing some more creating. This was not cut out very nicely. It was got some rough edges on it. Sometimes I fussy cut better than that, but I like the way that looks. So there's that. It's a cluster. And we've got this, Life Captured. Put that that right there. And my fingers are getting very sticky. Okay. And a green tag for no reason. I think my friend gave me one of those Sizzix a few years back, and I think this is one of the dies. So put it to use. What the heck? Okay, this is a sticker. Basket of roses, which goes good with that roses over there. And then a butterfly. Put some green on it. And then this is a sticker. It's a, what do you call them? Dream catcher. So here is just using up these bits and bobs or little pieces, the last sticker on a page, things like that. This is what you do with it. And then I got this. It says the world is yours. So I got a little bit of lace scrap. Not real lace, lace on paper, obviously. Oh, okay, yeah. I punched out a star from that. I glued the wrong side. See, this side has some bare spots, and this one is covered. And the glue will dry, and it's not going to hurt nothing. If I can get it off my fingers. Come on, come on. Get off of my fingers. It's always something. Come on. Okay. So I got a lot of leaves, and I don't often think about using them. I did this time. So we'll let this leaf kind of hang off the page over here. This is just very, very thin. I know I cut it out of a magazine. Very thin magazine paper. So we'll put that there. And then we'll add this butterfly. And again, it's got that thick foam sticker on the back that I don't want. Here, and I got a little bit of glue on that foil underside, so we want to wipe that off a little bit. Okay, this is my last thing that I've got gathered together to glue together. My tag base. I glue strips of paper together, and I get tons of strips of paper because, like I said, I only do 8.5 by 11 pages, and I often trim them down to 12 by 12 sheets. I trim those down to 8.5 by 11 paper. So I get a lot of strips, and I like that because then I have a lot of things to create with. So that works for me. I have a placemat here. I'm not sure if you can see it, and that's what I glue on, and I wipe it off. I take it in the bathroom and I get it wet and I wipe it down really good, and I just did that right before I started this video, but stuff is building up again. Okay, here's my little scraps of paper that I keep in my little bead box. think it makes my things look a little bit more interesting to have these little papers hanging off the side. I don't know why I think that. But I don't like to waste anything, all the precious paper. See, like, I don't know why I always have this clean edge on the side to go on the edge of my scrapbook paper page. I hardly ever make them for the other side. Sometimes when I'm doing a 2-page layout and I've got a border on one side, then I'll try to make another border for the other side. But most of the time, I don't do that. So we got this. I don't know, we just need a little bit more on here. Is that a bit? Yeah, that's a bit much. I've got this. I need my bigger glue dots. Oh, my dog is yelling at his cat. Or the dog. Okay. So we'll add that. Add one of these flowers. I've got some green sequins. I got a lot of colors of sequins. I buy a lot of stuff at thrift shops that I almost never use. I have a very affectionate dog, and she's trying to slobber all over my brother, and he's not liking it. My husband's at work today. I'm doing laundry. Sundays I do laundry, and that's my best day to play in my room. You know, a lot of people just hate laundry. I don't understand it. I like doing laundry. Sunday is laundry day. That's what I do. Occasionally something will come up and I'll do it another day instead. But then I set a timer, and what do you do between each load? I like to come play in my craft room. And then every hour the timer goes off and I get a few minutes break from my gluing and creating, and I go fold a load of laundry, come back, get back to it, go fold another. I do like 4 or 5 loads a week. I only do laundry once a week. I think that's part of why people hate doing laundry. Why do you do laundry every single day? Man, I would not like that. To each their own, you know. I personally don't understand it, but so here's these two, and I just don't mind doing the laundry. And then my brother has his own hamper. He does his own laundry. I don't do his laundry. And so these are clusters. So he does his own laundry. I don't do it. My daughter's been doing her own laundry since she's like 14. I thought I made at least one tag. There's the tag. Okay, so these are all the clusters. And I fold the laundry, and you know, you see how organized my stuff is, even though it's kind of a mess at the moment. But I got everything organized by color and by categories. I enjoy organizing. So sorting, folding the washcloths together and the towels together and the underwear together and everything, person by person. I like that. So I fold my husband's laundry, and of course mine too, and I just put a stack of his laundry on his dresser. He puts it away. I put my own laundry away. no problem, no problem. You know, and it's done in a few hours, and happy till next week. So that's why you'll often hear a little ticking. That's my timer. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna create some more green stuff. So when I do this, make tags and borders, I do them one color at a time, and I'll spend several days all on one color, and then I'll switch to the next color. I've got green, blue, purple, pink, red, orange, yellow, brown, black, and multicolor, and I almost never make it all the way through every color. I never do. But, well, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.